Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video on the Luderco Arms channel. So today, this isn't going to be a super long video, but basically this rifle came into the shop and it had this is a 6.5 Creedmoor. It had this round stuck on the end of the bolt face inside the rifle, would not eject, and it was the first round he fired out of it when he went to the range that day, and he couldn't get it out of there, so he brought it to me. And it had beat up the front of the, and it's not brass, it's a steel case 6.5, but it had beat it up to the point where you couldn't get it to go back in the chamber so that you could take the rifle apart. So I ended up having to use a screwdriver with a piece of shrink tubing around it to keep it from marring anything, and basically pry that piece of brass out of there, and then I could get the rifle apart. But that was just part of his problem. The problem that he was having was because he had the bolt in the carrier backwards. Now let me show you what I'm talking about here. Let me pull his rifle apart. And I decided to make this video because this is not the first time I've seen this, and I've seen it about 4 or 5 times. Almost every time the gun was owned by somebody who used to be in the military, which makes sense if you know how we were trained in the military to tear the M16 down. So here's his bolt carrier. Now, here's a bolt carrier I pulled out of one of mine, and then also an extra bolt I pulled out of the parts bin. Now, this is a left-hand bolt, but here's what happened. If you look at this bolt, this is a standard FA military bolt, and when it is in the rifle, the extractor right here is facing the window, the ejection port. So what happens is this is in here under the ejector, or the extractor claw, and when it pulls out, this little spring-loaded pin is your ejector. So when it's inside of the chamber, it doesn't matter, but when it pulls out, that's a pretty powerful spring on there, and it slings that off of there, combined with the movement of the bolt carrier group backwards, it slings it out of the ejection port. We all know this. Now, if you look at, this is the bolt out of one of my guns, and it's kind of dirty, but if we tear it down real quick, when you pull your cam pin out, now in the military you're trained to do this, you know, blindfolded in the dark as fast as you possibly can. And so the law is, when you're putting the cam pin in through the bolt carrier, it'll only go one way. It fits in one side, but if you try to stick it through the other side, it won't go in. And that it's made that way so that you can't mess this up. When you put this bolt in here, if you have it turned, let me get it where I can see it. If you have it turned backwards and try to stick the pin in, it won't go. So then you know to turn it 180 degrees, and then your pin will drop right in. So then you can put your bolt back together. So stick with me, because this has relevance to what the problem with the customer's gun was. So his bolt, and the problem with bolt carrier groups is that 99% of them are not marked, so you don't know who made it. But you can see right now I've already repaired the gun, and you can see that his bolt carrier group and the one out of my rifle, the extractor claw is at the same place where it's going to be when it's in the gun. It's going to be lined up where when you pull the bolt back, you'll be able to look through this ejection port and you'll be able to see that extractor claw. Okay, so this is his bolt, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to pull it apart. Pull his cam pin out. Now, watch this. His cam pin can go through either side. Now, that's not a flaw. What I've read is that the original M16s would do this, and the Army actually had them redesign the bolt carrier to make it what you would call GI proof, so to speak. So in this situation, if you're an ex-GI, and this customer is, and I'll say that at least 2 of the other customers I've had come in with the same problem were also GIs. And so he didn't think, I guarantee you, he took this apart and cleaned it and oiled it. And he didn't even think twice. When he went to put his cam pin back in, it went in the hole. And see, right there is the correct position, but if we roll it over to the other position, I guarantee you he did that, and it went in the hole. So I'm good to go. Dropped everything in there and put it back in the gun. But now you can see that with it in the wrong hole, the extractor claw is on the opposite side and the ejector is here. So what happened is this, let's just say this was in the chamber and he fires it, right? So gas hits this, it moves back, unlocks the bolt moves back, and then as this empty shell casing clears the chamber, the ejector pushes it off. But the problem is, what direction is it pushing it off? Towards the inside of the receiver, not towards the ejection port. So now, like I said, it's not a flaw. It's just you need to be aware of it if you have one of these guns where the bolt is made like that, where it can go in either way. You need to make sure when you put it back together that your extractor, your claw extractor, is visible in your ejector port. Otherwise, it's going to jam the gun up, and it can be a real bear to get that piece of brass off of the end of the bolt, so you can get the gun apart to fix it. So just be aware of that. If you have an AR and you're having ejection problems, now it's not an extraction problem. The extractor did its job. The shell casing came out of the gun, the chamber, just fine. But once it cleared, the ejector pushed it over sideways, and that's when it jammed up against the front of the locking lugs and bent this all up and just basically jammed the whole gun up. And if you ever have that problem, get a screwdriver or something, put a piece of rubber hose over it so it doesn't scar anything up, and use it as a pry bar to pop that piece of brass out of there. It's going to be in there good. It's got to go a pretty long way. If you look at it, it's got to go a pretty long way under spring pressure before it clears the claw there. And so if it's hitting the inside of the receiver, it's not going to clear the claw, and you're going to have to force it out from under that spring-loaded claw. And that claw, the little spring on it, has a surprising amount of force behind it. So if you ever run into that problem, take a look at your bolt and make sure that your bolt is in your bolt carrier in the right orientation. Now, like I said, probably better than 95% of the bolts on the market will only go in, the cam pin will only go in the one correct direction. But there are bolts on the market, and I wish I could tell you who makes them, but like I said, none of these are marked. And you very rarely see a bolt carrier group that is marked, so you don't really know who made it. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. You just need to be aware of it when you're putting it back together so you get it put back together right. So that's it for this video. Hopefully this has helped somebody out. I know it could drive you nuts, especially if you're ex-military and you were never taught the look at the orientation of the extractor. If the pin went in, you were right. If the pin wouldn't go in, you turned it 180 degrees and then you were right. So I understand how it can happen, and it's definitely not like you're a moron or anything, but just take a look at it and make sure you've got that in there the correct direction if you're having ejection problems and the gun's jamming up, especially if it's doing it every round. So appreciate y'all watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a good one.